Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Jo Jingyi. Convenience store pastries, easy and delicious instant noodles, snacks eaten during work breaks. Convenience store pastries, easy and delicious instant noodles, snacks eaten during work breaks. And carbonated drinks. In today's busy world, it's rare to find someone who doesn't consume these foods at all, isn't it? These foods, mass-produced in factories and containing many additives and preservatives, are called ultra-processed foods in the medical world. Currently, there are major warnings being issued in the medical community worldwide regarding these ultra-processed foods. A large-scale study published in the prestigious medical journal JAMA Internal Medicine reported shocking data. For every 10% increase in the consumption of ultra-processed foods, the risk of death increases by 14%. A 10% increase really raises the risk of illness by 14%? Does this mean I can no longer eat convenience store food? These are worrying questions. Today, we will explain the surprising findings of this paper in an easy-to-understand way and discuss practical solutions from a doctor's perspective. First, let's clarify the definition of ultra-processed foods. The global standard for classifying food processing is the NOVA classification. Stage 1 is unprocessed or minimally processed. Think rice, vegetables, raw meat, and eggs in their natural state. Stage 2 includes cooking ingredients like oil and salt. Stage 3 is processed foods like canned fish or cheese. And then there's the problematic Stage 4, ultra-processed foods. These are industrial formulations difficult to replicate at home. Specifically, this includes sweet buns, instant noodles, potato chips, carbonated drinks, frozen pizza, and chicken nuggets. A characteristic feature is the long list of unfamiliar additives, preservatives, and colorings on the ingredient list. These foods undergo multiple industrial processes, hydrogenation, extrusion, and molding, that strip away original food structures. The goal is to create products that are highly profitable, hyper-palatable, and have a very long shelf life. This research was part of the Nutrinet Santé project in France, involving over 44,000 adults followed for more than 7 years. Every 6 months, participants completed 3 24-hour dietary records detailing everything they ate and drank. The results were clear. For every 10% increase in the proportion of UPF in the overall diet, all-cause mortality increased by 14%. By the end of the follow-up, 602 deaths occurred, many attributed to cancer and cardiovascular disease. Interestingly, higher UPF consumption was linked to younger age, living alone, and lower physical activity levels. It was also more common among those with lower incomes and higher body mass indices, suggesting a social component to nutrition. We also see a social component. UPFs are often more affordable and accessible in food deserts, where fresh produce is limited. Time poverty is a real factor. Working multiple jobs makes fresh cooking difficult, forcing a reliance on quick industrial meals. One major concern is chemical additives like emulsifiers and non-nutritive sweeteners. These can alter our gut microbiota. This alteration can lead to chronic inflammation and metabolic issues, which are root causes of many modern diseases. Industrial processes like high-temperature heating can also create neoformed compounds that don't exist in nature. For example, acrylamide, a known potential carcinogen, can form during the frying or baking of starchy foods. There is also the issue of packaging migration. Chemicals from plastic packaging can leach into the food over time. Substances like BPA or phthalates can act as endocrine disruptors, interfering with our hormones and long-term health. Finally, ultra-processed foods are designed to be hyper-palatable. They are literally engineered to make you want more. This can bypass our natural satiety signals, leading to overeating and further metabolic complications. In 2024, a massive umbrella review in the BMJ analyzed data from nearly 10 million people worldwide. They found high UPF exposure linked to 32 damaging health outcomes, including a 50% increased heart disease risk. This review confirmed a 21% higher risk of death from any cause, reinforcing the earlier JAMA findings with even broader data. Now, let's analyze this data a little more seriously, from a calm medical perspective. Don't panic just yet. This research is an observational study. It finds a tendency, but it doesn't prove a direct causal relationship. It means we see these two things happening together, but we can't be 100% sure one directly causes the other. Herein lies a trap known in medicine as confounding factors. Let me explain it in an easy-to-understand way. Imagine someone so busy they have no time or money, so they rely on cheap and convenient ultra-processed foods. Such people often have other habits. No time for exercise, sleep deprivation, smoking, or experiencing heavy stress. The real cause of increased risk may be the combination of unhealthy habits and the stress that forces reliance on UPF. It's not like a drug experiment where everyone lives the same lifestyle, so eating them doesn't mean you're doomed. However, UPFs contain high levels of salt, sugar, and unhealthy oils, and are severely lacking in essential nutrients. The potential negative impact on health is very high. So what should we do to fix this in our daily lives? Becoming a perfectionist and deciding to completely eliminate them isn't realistic. The stress would only harm you. In medicine, we recommend an approach of gradually reducing the overall ratio rather than eliminating them completely. Simply making small replacements can significantly shift the balance of your diet toward a healthier state. For example, try replacing your breakfast pastries with bananas and yogurt. This alone reduces your UPF proportion. Try replacing your snacks with plain nuts or hard-boiled eggs. These are nutrient-dense and highly satisfying. When buying prepared food, choose grilled chicken or grilled fish instead of chicken nuggets. Stick to original forms. Simply replacing a few foods with less processed versions can significantly reduce the risks we discussed today. When shopping, beware of the front-of-pack trap. Labels like natural or healthy are often marketing terms that hide the true degree of processing. Turn the package over. Look for fiber and protein. A high-quality food usually has at least 3 grams of fiber per serving and a good protein-to-calorie ratio. Follow the 5-ingredient rule. If a product has more than 5 ingredients, or if you can't pronounce most of them, it's likely ultra-processed. Remember, not all processed food is bad. Frozen plain vegetables are stage 1, while a frozen pizza is stage 4. Choose frozen whole foods for convenience. Canned goods can be great. Opt for beans in water or salt rather than those in sugary sauces or with added preservatives. In the dairy aisle, choose plain yogurt and add your own fruit. Flavored yogurts are often loaded with thickeners and artificial sweeteners. Condiments and sauces are hidden UPF sources. A simple olive oil and vinegar dressing is always better than a processed ranch or bottled sweet glaze. By mastering these simple label reading skills, you can navigate the supermarket like a pro and protect your long-term health. The most powerful tool we have is the home kitchen. When you cook yourself, you control every single ingredient. By using herbs and spices instead of industrial flavor enhancers, you train your palate to enjoy real, whole food again. Batch cooking once a week can solve the time issue, providing healthy convenience store-style meals right in your own fridge. This isn't just about nutrition, it's about building a sustainable culture of health for you and your family. How was it? We've discussed the impactful data on UPF risks. A 10% increase raises risk by 14%. But the important thing is not to be afraid. Use this as an opportunity to objectively re-examine your eating habits. You don't need to make everything organic. Just choose items as close to original ingredients as possible. This kind of mindset will help build a healthy body for you 10 or 20 years from now. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.